Right.
very achievable thing. And for me, I think I give my dad a lot of credit for this. The generation ahead of me wasn't educated, and my dad is kind of the one who broke through that. It was mostly a very farming family. But my dad, who became an accountant, really, really, really loved the parklands. And so he always built his accounting practice around ways to work with the parklands. And he said, you only get one life. Like, so, you can't divide it and say, I'll get to the things that are important to the world or important to me later. You really have to design that into your career. And so for me, I've never felt like it's an option to choose. I believe in building things. I think if you don't build it for profit, you probably can't make it big enough to have a big enough impact. And we're talking about a global epidemic on obesity and diabetes. So this is a big world problem, right? The only way we're going to have a big impact is to make it scale and accessible. But I think that the reason to work on those big swings is because it accomplishes something even more important. And that's certainly the case with metabolic disease.
Right. Right. And that allows you to build a team that is committed to that mission, that allows you to build, better products, services, everything, and also making a change on society for good, right?
That's right. That's right. I always tell people too, people always say, oh, it's, hard. And I was like, building anything is hard. Breaking through anything is hard. So I'm just going
Right.
to pick it where I know that I always say I also get the psychic income of doing it for something over time that will be positive. And for me, that's an important part of my mission, right? Is that I do it in those areas. I've almost always done it for profit, but it's to drive a bigger impact.
Right. Right. I was talking to a founder, he's doing filters, water filters.
Mhm.
And we were talking about this idea that his company could be a nonprofit, but then he would have to spend so many resources and bandwidth just raising donations. Instead, he decided to make a for-profit company where he donates into low-income houses. Yeah, he has a mission statement towards improving the quality of life of people through water filtering, air filtering, things like that. Kind of the conclusion we were arriving is this idea that by making it profitable, he doesn't have to go and raise donations. He can now have a bigger impact on the mission.
That's right. That's right. I always say, listen, if you just look at the sweetener market for food and beverage globally, it's a $120 billion business already. I believe to really become the choice, not just for the few people that are converted, but really I don't want you to have to intentionally pick me. I just want you to pick food and we taste better. You have to win on taste first and you have to compete at costs. I can do all of that as for profit and make us a better choice. For me, that is a very, very large self-sustaining business that I can attract capital and have a much larger impact than I probably ever could size a nonprofit.
Right, right. Because now you have the resources to go and pursue the mission, right?
That's right. That's right.